Unfunkable idiots, don't you know? Banging our heads to the rhythm of the code. We don't care about dollars or the shiny blade. We're just holding to zero. It's our everything. Round tripping positions, that's how we roll. We won't make $1, won't sell a thing.
All right, good morning, guys. A little bit of a late start. That's okay. It's okay. We still get it in. How we doing, boys? Trojan, good morning, man. Gary, good morning. Man, I wish you could see my view here. That's a little loud. It's a little loud. Wish you could see my view, dude. We just got our first snow of the of the season. It's not winter yet, though. I think. I don't know. Believe it or not, I don't keep up with things outside of here, really. So it might be winter. I don't know. Anyway, how we doing, fam? It's Sunday. It is November 9th. Gonna have a little bit of a different show today, too. Mostly normal. But we are gonna have a guest on this stream here. It's somebody I've had on before during the weekday show. And this is going back probably like 6 weeks. 6-7 weeks or so, right? The Wav3 dudes, and I don't know which of the two is coming. Maybe it's both of them coming. That was such a wild stream too, man. Good guys, really, really, really good guys here. But they had, you could tell, no sleep leading up to their token launch. They hadn't slept. It was like a super rambly hour-and-a-half spaces where I don't think. Oh, I don't know. I didn't do a good job keeping them on track, and also I like to let people just kind of talk. I'm there for the vibe, right? I want to get to know people. So we're like, dude, we should do a do-over. It was great. Make no mistake, it was great. Like, great guys, like great personalities, like interesting product, music. Actually, hoods will like about music and NFTs and crypto, and like it's pretty cool. So we've been chatting. I'm like, dude, just, like, come on here and let's like do some updates. So we're doing that. China. Huh. I always wonder. Okay. I always wonder with like the weather, if like the global warming thing, if it ever like, you know, when it really heats up or ramps up and then we get more extreme weather, and does it mean like less snow? Does it mean warmer? Does it like, I just watch to see how it plays out. And it's funny to see Bill Gates now, like walking back the you know, global warming thing, kind of walking it back. Right. He is, and he isn't. He's saying like it matters, but like, I think he said it's not going to have the impact we thought, or it's not the most important thing right now. Whatever. Good morning, English. Dude, we got a lot to talk about. By the way, those guys are coming on at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Something like that. There is global warming, but it's like, how much is us? How much do you know what I mean? Like, how much of an impact do we really have, kind of thing? But you know what I mean? But like, whatever. It doesn't matter. It matters and it doesn't. Like, the way it was politicized is bullshit. Like, that's for fucking sure. Like, that's crazy. Stimmy talk, dude. We might be getting a stimmy. I don't think it actually happens, but also you never know, because Trump's a maniac and he can just like strong arm something through. We might be getting like real talk, like really, really, really getting a $2,000 stimmy. And I was thinking about it, I'm like, okay, it's not going to go that far. And then I forget it's $2,000 per person, which is a little better. It's a lot better, right? Because I'm like, oh shit, we might get $4,000 in this house. Like, come on, that would work. Man, I want to go outside. We didn't get a lot of snow, just a little, but English. I went to go find that Joe Rogan episode yesterday, the DMT one, and I got sidetracked. I just like did a spot check on his newest episode that dropped like yesterday. Dude, I have to play it. I told you guys about my alien dream. I think I told you just yesterday, right? Like, I had this dream that was so real that I actually told my wife, and then separately told my kids. And I probably brought it up like 4 times over the course of the week. And I told my brother, and I mentioned it on the show. It was like the realest dream I've had. Like, it was super fucking real. It was super fucking real. Anyway, Joe Rogan's show yesterday, I kind of want to play the first minute of it. He had, like, it sounds like the exact same dream, which is crazy, dude. Like, kind of a head fuck. So I listened to his show, the first part, first couple minutes, stopped what I was doing, texted my wife. I'm like, listen to this. I'll play the first minute of it, and then we're gonna talk Stimmy, because Stimmy might be happening. I'm telling you, did I talk about it yesterday on the stream, guys? Like my alien dream. It's like very much like his. Also, the dream's so generic that of course it's what you would dream, like tall, skinny aliens. But there's parts of it that matched up. It's in a building. I was in a weird building. Aliens everywhere and spooky as shit. They were tall, like they weren't like 10 feet tall. They were about like a head taller than us, and they were kind of like hunched over us. It was so creepy and so real, and it like the way he describes it, where it shook him, he couldn't go back to bed. That was like me. I was like, it stuck with me. It was really fucking real. Tell me if you guys get audio. You should have audio when I play this. And it's only like a minute. English. Okay. Okay. That's interesting. They might have. Dude, they might have. So, like, the thing is, Joe Rogan said the aliens in his thing were fucking with him because everybody was scared and they were, like, fucking with him and then being like, just kidding. Mine were doing something like that, but it was like sexual or something, but I don't think we banged, but it was like there was something there. But, like, I listened to the thing, I'm like, dude, that's fucking, like, exactly what it was exactly mine. All right, tell me if you guys get audio. Mine was like it was definitely in a building, but it was like big glass panels or windows or two-way mirrors, or I think it was glass windows. But yeah. Anyway, it's so generic, but again, similar. But no audio? Fucking god damn it. Hang on. Yeah. No, okay. I got it now. My bad, guys. Okay. We run it back. It's important. 3i Atlas is probably not a spaceship.
I was telling you before we get started that I had the most bizarre dream I've ever had in my life last night. The most realistic and most bizarre dream. And it's so hard to try to explain how strange this was. But I was in some weird corridor that looked like a building but was odd. Very strange. And I was encountering these beings that looked like people but very different. They were very thin.
These dudes I saw didn't look like your typical alien. They were like they were thinner, but like thin like width-wise, like they were like thin and like definitely our shape, but like taller and like narrower.
And
they just look different.
Were slightly on the tall side. And they had big heads, like larger than normal, with larger than normal eyes. But they looked like people, and they were playful, and they were scaring me. They scared me, and then they joked around, like we're just joking around. It was the most realistic dream I've ever had in my life. And I woke up, and I could not go back I had to stay up. I got up at 3:30 in the morning, and I just went to the gym, and I worked out for a couple hours, and I was like, what the fuck was that? But it was very bizarre in that there was communication going on. It was like, God, I want to read into this because I know it's just a dream, but it was like, get comfortable with this.
You should read into it because
he talks about it more after, but it's like it checked a lot. Again, generic-y things with aliens, but checked a lot of the boxes. But what stuck out was like how real it felt for him. Like it shook him, and that was me all week. Whatever. Doesn't mean anything. 3i Atlas is not a spaceship. I hope it is. Like I do. But that was it. Like when they were there, it was like I think what shook me is it was like scary as fuck. But then the way they were talking and we couldn't understand them, but then kind of telepathically, or you could kind of tell their intent. They weren't there to like do anything bad. They were there to just make sure we knew they were there. It's weird. Also, like he goes on to say, this is just how your brain processes stuff. And if you're thinking about aliens all the time, you're probably going to dream about aliens. So it's kind of it. Anyway, but that was cool. I texted my wife after I heard that on Joe Rogan. I'm like, fuck. All right. Wav3 is coming on in an hour and 15 minutes. Cool guys, dude. They're fucking cool. They really are. Their platform's really interesting. Again, it's a music platform. TLDR, like you plug in your hang on. I think you just do it through Telegram right now. You plug in or connect your Spotify, and I think you can do it with Apple Music. Oh, did they get backing by Alliance DAO? They did. They did. They're really cool. And it gives you rewards for, I think, like sharing your listening habits, like token rewards. And then they have like quests too. I need to do a good catch up. I actually purposely didn't go back and like read updates and do anything because I want to just get it right from them. I just want to get it right from them. But really fucking cool guys and like phenomenal musicians, like phenomenal. Nick Rains, phenomenal musician. And then this guy Greg, he's like a he reminds me of like an 80s rocker kind of dude. Fucking amazing voice, like guitar, bass, drums. He does all of it. Really, really cool. Last stimmy check, if you used it on Sheeb, you would have made $1 billion. Don't you do this to us, Luna. Okay. So we'll see them shortly, a little over an hour. I think it's him coming on. I think it's Greg coming on. Cool guy, like really fucking cool guy. All right. We got some things maybe coming that maybe move the market. We'll see. Okay, starting with today. Government's been, like these guys are still kind of working. They are working, like they are. Meeting today again to possibly end the government shutdown. Whatever it is getting closer. Sure as fuck isn't close enough. But another meeting today to hopefully end the government shutdown. And Trump's doing his thing, dude. Hang on. Funny message. Okay. Look, Trump is threatening to end the filibuster. He can't do it. So, Mike, yeah, kind of talking the alien thing, I think. Yeah, that's why, like, it kind of shakes me because I'm like, what if? Piggybacking on our DMT talk yesterday, I'm not surprised if something's got a different way of communicating. Again, hearing Joe talk about a thing that happened to me and shook me similar, and like it was a very similar dream. I'm like, whoa. I actually did a search on X. I wanted to see if there was like an uptick in people talking about having like super realistic alien dreams. Luna, good investment, dude. I haven't smoked in like 2 years now. My son's coming home in a week. I think I'm going to smoke with him for the first time. I can't wait, dude. I can't wait. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's going to happen. Pretty sure. Okay. Meeting today to possibly end the government shutdown. They got to, dude. The craziest thing is like O'Hare Airport here in Chicago grounded all their flights yesterday because of like staffing. It's going to get weird if they don't end this shutdown. Like the SNAP stuff is crazy. I think California's distributed SNAP, money to, so there's going to be ways around it, but it's getting weird. The TGA thing is super interesting too. The Treasury General account is up to almost $1 trillion. It might have passed $1 trillion that it's holding right now. That does work its way into the market here when the government reopens. I do expect a nice pumpy pump when the government reopens. We'll see. But again, threatening to end the filibuster is probably just a leverage play, right? It's just trying to put pressure on the Democrats to come and I don't know, make this deal happen. It's a bad deal for them. It's a bad deal for those guys. And so we'll see. But yesterday, and this is not the first time this has been floated, but it feels the most serious. We heard from Donald Trump. Oh, here we go. Well, still in the filibuster. Yeah, this is what's kind of cool with using that as like leverage, right? Democrats privately getting afraid he's making progress on ending the filibuster. Maybe they come and make the deal because they're worried that actually happens. And then Trump and the Senate now for a year get to like fucking just go ham pushing stuff through. It might get spicy. It's probably great for the market for a year. My biggest fear, guys, is like, a year out and really 3 years out. And if the Democrats get control, that they unwind so much of the progress we made here in crypto. That's like my big fear. But that meeting today, really, really, obviously really important. If they could get that done right now, dude, would be so freaking awesome. So, of course, I'm checking Polymarket. I'm seeing if odds are increasing for, one date range, even for today. I was thinking of buying a little of this one, November 8th through the 11th. So taking us through Tuesday. I was thinking about grabbing that because I expect when it happens, it kind of happens, unexpectedly, although things leak. So I don't know. But at this point, beyond, is that the 16th or 18th, is now 62%. So money is not on it ending anytime soon, as in the next week. Yeah, not in the next week, but I'm still hoping. I'm hoping so much that it just, boom, government shutdown done. Markets probably react to that, right? Do we all think that that's a pretty obvious thing? Government reopens. It's, I don't want to say silly time, but okay. Price predictions for Bitcoin. This is probably better if I pulled up a chart. We did a little smart TA on it, but I'm not gonna. Government reopens. Actually, let's check crypto prices, and then we talk stimmy, because stimmy that's a real thing right now. That might actually happen. Predictions for Bitcoin when the government reopens. I mean, it's going to happen, but like when it happens this week, 3 weeks from now, 6 weeks, like don't know. It's getting weird. Bitcoin to what? 108, 107, 108? Or are we talking like back to 110 to 13, 14, right? You know what I mean? Where are we talking? What range do we live in? And why are we up today? Sunday pump? Yeah, this is, I feel like I locked up there. English, I'm kind of with you here, dude. I'm kind of with you. Market reacts, just, everybody, a lot of people, that's their signal, that's their sign to, okay, we're back. Time to deploy your stables. Time to get back in, and now we resume. I don't think that's it. I think there's another domino. There's another catalyst. There's something else that has to come, right? And I still think this run continues. I still think Bitcoin all-time high is coming. I still believe that. But short term, I think it's similar to this. I think it's up to 110-ish, and then I think it's down into the 90s, because when it doesn't have the effect that people are really hoping for, which is like Bitcoin closer to all-time high, when it doesn't have that effect, I'm worried people get spooked. And I'm worried that the people dumping their Bitcoin right now, which we saw yesterday, there's a ton of, right, that they want to still get in above 100. I'm worried that the sell pressure actually increases right now. So yeah, that's the part I'm with you with a lot, but definitely not there that cycle over. Hey, let's put this on the screen. I like the chat on the screen. Yeah, 110. I like it. ETH right now, let's say Bitcoin right now, almost 103. I don't know if this is just that. That'd be great. That'd be great if they go try to wipe those guys out. 103 again. I don't know if this is Sunday pump or if this is people getting a little insider info, a bet on the government shutdown ending, or if that's a reaction to the stimulus news. That's a real story. That could actually happen. That really could actually happen. Now, like I put in the title, I think on you, maybe I put it on all of them. That is not going to have an impact on this market the same way it did last cycle. I don't believe it for a second. I don't, because I think we're so much closer to the end of the cycle, and there's enough people that believe it is over. And man, the sentiment thing, it's just, we keep talking about it, but sentiment is so bad. I love it, dude. I love that people think it's over. And beyond that, I love that people think it's dead. And that's not Bitcoin. Even you could think it's over for Bitcoin this cycle, but I mean, I love that people think it's dead, as in NFTs are actually dead. I love that. And I love that people think meme coins are actually dead. Most of them are. And I love that people think, altcoins maybe never going to see new all-time highs. I love that. here's the thing: when you get in that part of a cycle, when you get in again, that usually happens in a bear market. It's dead. When you get there, it's not just for a couple weeks, right? Like that's not what I'm looking for either. I told you we need that to get the euphoric side. We need that. It's dead. But not just a couple weeks. We need that for like a year and a half or something, right? We need that to get a run like we had last time. You need people to really think it's dead for like not weeks, not even just a couple months. I think you need that for like a solid year. Like people really got to believe it's dead. You're not going to believe it's dead if we pump every couple of weeks. I love the feel right now. NFT's feeling very, very fucking dead. I'll come back to this. I just want to bring it up. Thank you, Beanie, for tweeting out our charts. We got some really fucking cool news coming this week, guys. I'll just say that. On topic here for the dead NFTs. Important Bitcoin closes this week over 103. Yeah, it's wild. It's wild. But because people think it's dead, man, if this happens, dude, if this happens, Stimmy time, if Stimmy happens, it doesn't work its way into the market like it does now. It's like it did last cycle. That doesn't happen. Here, I've got a chart screen grab from last cycle. People saying that this is what it's going to look like this time around. Was that Stimmy 2020 or was it 21? When was that Stimmy, guys? Was it like early 2020? I might have my like a whole year off. I think it was 2020, wasn't it? Here's the proposal, though. It's pretty crazy. Recommending to Senate Republicans that the hundreds of billions of dollars currently being sent to money-sucking insurance companies in order to save the bad health care provided by Obamacare be sent directly to the people so they can purchase their own much better health care. This is kind of spicy, too, because this is why the shutdown's happening, right? It's, Obamacare related. Like, right, the core of what's got this shutdown, it's that illegal immigrants are getting access to healthcare. I don't know. Like, come on. I don't know how that works and how true it is. I'm pretty sure it's true, but I don't know to what degree. And I don't know. Also, I almost don't care. But they want to take that money, whatever money, money from somewhere, send it to people, $2,000 a person, $2,000 a person. New Stimmy, maybe incoming. Look, first off, I don't think it's going to happen. Second, we got this last time around. That's right, dude. It was 2 Stimmies. That's right. And was it $2,000 each time? And if you had a family of 5, did you have to apply? Did it just get sent out or did you have to apply? I never got it. I never got the Stimmy I never got either of those Stimmies. 1,200. Okay. So and if you have kids, it's, I think it was like $600 per kid or something like that. That was it. Yeah. Okay. Last time it happened, the world was shut down. So you got all this money and you didn't go out and eat fast food like we were doing now. And DoorDash wasn't really a thing like it's now, right? You were home and you didn't need anything because you weren't doing anything. And so the money you had was just money. It was just money. That's not happening today, dude. That's not happening. Everything is so, dude, it's so infuriating to hear Trump say there's no inflation. And then you go and you see the prices of anything. Dude, where did we go last night for food? Jersey Mike's. Got some subs from Jersey Mike's. My kids get the student meal. It used to be, I think it was $10 sub, drink, chips. Dude, it's like 14, almost $15 now. It's insane. Unlike last time where you didn't have anything to spend that money on other than cover some bills, and then you got to put some stuff in your bank account. And we know nobody put shit in their bank account. So you just spent it on garbage. You bought toys, you bought a TV, you bought whatever, right? Like people spent it. Not this time. Not this time. This time everybody's using it to buy food, to pay their rent, to pay off some of their credit card debt. It's not finding its way into this market. It's not happening. That stimmy is not going to see us. Some of it will, for sure. Some of it will. But for the most part, that money is going to be not even touch this space. I don't even know if we'll see it. I don't even know if we'll see a little blip on this radar. I don't think we see anything. I think we might not see anything from it. That said, okay, families of, married couples, families, if you get a little stimmy per kid, it's different. Like, right, a $5,000 stimmy or so, it's a little different. You might break off a little of that, and you're like, all right, I'll keep 4,000 of it. Let's assume it's a couple. You're getting $4,000. You're like, okay, $3,000 in savings. Actually, no, it's going to pay bills. 1,000 of that, let's buy some Bitcoin. Like, some of that happens. Some of it. So I'm sure we do see a little blip. But this ain't happening because of a stimmy. It's not happening this time. So, like, for the market to bounce back, and it ties in here, for the market to bounce back, do I keep freezing, by the way, guys? Like, am I lagging? Okay, we need two things to really happen. And it's stimmy, related to, but if this thing isn't over, it's only not over if two things happen. It's not just market bounces back and we resume up only, right? That's not happening either. Something else needs to happen. We need the market to move from action or news or both, right? But beyond that catalyst, that moment, we need something else, big news or action-wise, something tangible that makes people think there's more coming. Like, real simple, right? Real basic. But it's not the one-time thing. If the price going up, that's not enough to get all this money back in. People who are on the sidelines right now, that's not enough to get people back in. There has to be something else coming too that we're waiting for. But the thing is, we got that. We do. We have things. And all of those things that are coming are to me based around the Clarity Act and strategic Bitcoin reserve, like narratives that carried us through most of this, cycle already. Clarity Act, strategic Bitcoin reserve, and also the retirement plan investments, right? The 401k investments into crypto. Those are market moving things. Those are things that can get people in that belief mode again. It's going to be really hard to get people in belief mode, but those things can do it. But we need both. We need both sides. We need the right here, right now thing, government reopening, price starting to move up. We need that, but then we need the follow-up of, in this date, we have this coming, and we're talking trillions of dollars. Like, we need something else for people to believe the cycle isn't over, because without it, most people believe the cycle's over. They're not throwing the same kind of money at this stuff. It's preservation mode. It's preservation mode now. Let's see if we can close above 103. Starting to look like it'll be defended. We'll see. My bet, it's not even a bet right now, it's just the hunch, is that we get both things. We get the reopening, we get some positive price action, and that we also get some really, really big news, market-moving news, really good stuff. Stimmy actually could be part of that too, but it needs to come with something else. But I think the Clarity Act is one of the biggest needle movers. If after the Clarity Act is passed, we get announcements of building happening in this space. And I'm talking like big building, like infrastructure level building. Right? I don't know what exactly it is, but we need more. Without that, this thing is done. Okay. For the stimmy, that's in motion already. We're in motion. Rick Scott, my favorite alien out there, drawn up legislation for the stimmy. I hope it happens. What if it's March 2026 and S&P still all-time high and Bitcoin over 100? There's a moment, and I don't know what that moment is, where is it like people capitulate? You know what I mean? Like where everybody's like, okay, it is different. Fuck. I actually think we need, well, obviously we need that. But I think that's kind of how it plays out. There's gonna be a moment where like people decide it's probably gonna be somebody's well-written post article, you know, whatever, that what explains why it's different. And it's like it's not just hopium, it's actually like why it's so different and why it continues. And there's gonna be a moment where I hope we all are finally there. We're like, fuck, it is different. And also we're in uncharted territory. And now we don't know how this ends and when it ends, but it's different. And that to me is what then opens up the floodgates of like people being silly and greedy and reckless and spending their money back on stuff. We need that. We need the oh fuck, dude, it's different. I don't know where we're going, but higher. I think that's what's happening too. I hope it's what's happening. Here's a quick little 30-second video from who? Senator Bill Cassidy on it's the healthcare thing. This might tie into this stimmy. Actually, hang on, let me peek here. Yeah, let's listen real quick.
Now, I'm pleased to say that this morning the president posted on True Social calling on Congress to redirect subsidies from insurance companies directly to Americans so that they can purchase their own health care. Now, there's a lot of words there, but just start at the top. Donald J. Trump recommending Senate Republicans that hundreds of billions of dollars being sent to insurance companies go directly to the people.
Wow. Okay. Not much there. Not much there. Not much there. Again, we'll take it. I'm not turning it down. Hope it happens. Hope it happens. What's up, Mickey? GM, sir. May have to set 2K worth of buy orders at 90K. Dude, that's actually funny. To be able to tracking like 2K dollar buys would be pretty funny. I like it, guys. I like it. Last time Trump gave Americans a stimmy, it was the CARES Act, and adults got $1,200 and children got $500. Signed into law in March 2020. How does that work, by the way, guys? Does it need to pass like the House and Senate too, or is it just straight up Trump can do it kind of like he did the tariffs? How does that work? Because he also said he wanted to give a stimmy from tariff money too. This is separate. Okay, here's a what if scenario. Humor me. All right. What if, hang on. Okay. What if it's two stimmies, just like last time? I think that's a different story all of a sudden. What if it's two stimmies? What if it's this one around healthcare and it's a second stimmy around tariffs? If those tariffs aren't ruled illegal and we got to give all this money back, that would be so, I think that's bad. I don't know. The tariffs are bad too. It's all bad. But what if it's two stimmies? It's the healthcare one, and then it's the tariff money going back to people a little bit. Also, if you got like, let's say tariff wise, if you got $2,000 back as like a reimbursement for tariffs, does that offset the higher costs? Is that enough for you guys? If you were like anti-tariffs, if you got $2,000 a year, I don't hate that at all. If you got $2,000 a year, would you be okay with tariffs as they are now? I actually might be, dude. Okay, at times I've lived in this space where I'm like, I kind of like the no income tax, but like higher sales tax. Any of you guys like there where like that sounded like a good idea? I haven't like thought about it in years and years, so I don't know if I still think that's a good idea. Like I've changed a lot over the years. I used to be like hardcore, just traditional Republican, and fair is fair and everybody taxed the same. I used to be that guy, right? I'm not there anymore because I know all the rules are all fake anyways, and they change them as they go, and they bail out certain people. Like it's all fake. It's all bullshit. And none of those rules are to take care of like the middle class, lower. It's not there to help us. So I'm not there anymore. But if you got $2,000 a year, you're good with tariffs? I think I am. Because look, then if I bitch about prices being high and if the 2K offsets it, great. At that point, I don't think you got much of a complaint. I also do believe the tariffs could lead to, what Trump always says, like more investments here in the state, more building, more jobs here in the States in the long run, 10 years out, 5 years out. I believe that. To me, it makes sense that works. GG's, man. Good shit. So high sales tax. Yeah, Mike, it would. Yeah, it would. There's got to be something else for them. Yeah, higher sales tax would punish the poor. I think the idea there, though, Mike, and I'm obviously not an expert on it, but I think the idea there is then when rich people are buying more, so they're spending more on taxes, and then there's more money to distribute to, help fund programs for the poor, right? So yeah, you're right. That would be a big problem. There has to be, it can't just be higher sales tax, no income tax, and then nothing else. There has to be more to help support like the lower class or bottom, whatever is the right way to say that. But I always like the idea of it, and here's the kind of core point. I always like the idea of that, and it ties into tariffs, and if you get money back, because it's like, dude, okay, you got the extra money. Now, if you want to actually get ahead, just don't buy shit. Just, buy your food, groceries, get your essentials, but just don't be spendy. Then you're not paying all this extra tax. I like that. There's something about that I like. Now, maybe in practice it doesn't work, but in my head, I'm like, it sounds like there's something there. And again, Mike, there's the big, like you said, that's the big problem. They're fucked in that setup. So it can't just be that. There has to be more. Has to be something else. Yeah, it's so ridiculous, dude. Tax when you earn, save it, spend. I can't make sense of it, dude. I can't. It doesn't make sense. You literally, yes, you're taxed on your paycheck. You're taxed when you spend the money. You're taxed whatever. You're taxed every side of that dollar. What people have done this before, like written out what your dollar is actually worth if you spend it. I mean, like, dude, is it crazy to think if you have $1, that dollar is probably worth like 50 cents because all the taxes on it in a way? Again, from the tax when you earned it, tax when you spent it. At some point, are the dollars worth negative with how many times that dollar is taxed? It's so stupid. It's so stupid. I hate all of it. Dude, we start getting into this and I go in doomer mode and I just want to burn it all down, right? It's so stupid. Flat tax, right? Like, again, I used to be there, but I do think the game is unfair and rigged for rich people. I do. I think it's like super rigged. I mean, it obviously is. The bailout is just like one part of it, but bailouts is like insane. It's fucking criminal. And yeah, dude, they know it and they'll never change it because who's going to make them? Because why would they? Like, why would they? It's also fucked, man. Inflation's also a tax. Yeah. Yep. It's crazy. I don't know. Buddy of mine went to Nepal and like, I don't know, something there's pretty fucking appealing, right? Moving somewhere where, I mean, life's different. You need to like figure out how you're going to eat for the day, right? Something kind of cool about that. Like, just, I know it changed him, like the perspective he got from it. I think we could all benefit from that. But like, man, just living somewhere where you just didn't even give a shit about taxes because there's nothing there. You're not buying shit. You're not spending anything. You're just trying to find your meal for the day. I don't know. Something about that's cool. Something about that's pretty cool. Not all of it's cool, but something there. Yeah. Well, dude, one of my favorite YouTubers is in Australia, and he's looking to move out of there because it's so fucking crazy there. Mike, crazy. That's what that is. That's really what that is. I know it's wrapped up as a SNAP benefits are bankrupting us kind of thing. It's not there. Mickey, dude, that's super nice of you, man. Thank you. Really nice of you, man. Thank you, sir. I know I fudded NFTs yesterday. I still will FUD them, but also I believe they're going up, and also we'll fucking see. If they want to keep, look, they might have to keep throwing money at us. Man, how interesting does that get if they have to keep throwing money at us because everything is so broken, so bad, they have to keep doing it. If we get a stimmy, dude, think of this. If we get a stimmy this year, guys, come on. If we get a stimmy this year, what's up, Musty? Good morning, man. If we get a stimmy this year, then all of a sudden, 3 out of the past 6 years, we would have gotten a stimulus. Now, I'm assuming it probably goes through next year. But no, actually, it happens kind of quick. If we get a stimmy this year, 3 of the past 6 years, we would have gotten a stimmy. Guys, we're kind of getting to UBI, right? Here's the thing. It, like, probably has to happen. This shit is so broken. It probably has to happen, and it just happens maybe even this way. It's maybe not even an official, like, we are officially declaring the new UBI plan. We're officially creating the Department of UBI, right? You know what I mean? It's not like, I don't think that's what it looks like. I don't think it's that. I think it's just, it's so broken that they have to do these things that look like kind of spur of the moment, that they have to keep doing these stimmies. I don't know. I don't know. But if we get 3 and 6 years, that's pretty interesting, right? It's probably one of those signs. This is what we do. We look for signs. We look for patterns. We look for, right? If 3 of the past 6 years we get a stimmy, you could start thinking, yeah, this might be the way it works going forward. And it might get more frequent. It's kind of UBI. It's kind of UBI, kind of. Dude, hell yeah. Dude, good morning, Matt. Good to see you. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I'll take you to dinner. Yeah. Stimmy with options of DLT or cash might happen. Okay, I'm going to be retarded here. What's DLT? Hoods, you'll like our guest today. I think you were here when they were on last time, but the Wav3 guys. Music, crypto, NFTs. It's good shit. If they keep doing stimmies, literally just buy Bitcoin. Just buy Bitcoin and buy Bitcoin and buy Bitcoin. Oh, insider. Oh, wait, Ledger Tech. Okay. This is part of what we think is going to play out, right? The dollar keeps losing value. Maybe they keep printing more, right? But we all have many, many, many more dollars than we ever had before. And the thing that can't print more of, the thing that more people will want to concentrate their wealth into is Bitcoin and ordinals. I'm half kidding, but I'm not. But I mean, half kidding and then half not. I know it's stupid. I know it's the stupidest thing. I know. I don't expect anybody to be on board with that, especially now. You'll get there. I like this Luna dude. But that's maybe how it plays out. It's maybe how it plays out. I kind of think so. It's my bet. Psychedelic. Oh, today's the fucking Brian Johnson dude 5 gram trip. I can't wait to see his videos. Those will probably be some of his biggest videos ever. His 5 gram trip. They need to deal with the student loan issue. Somebody got 100K to $1 million at 10 to 15 APR. Mike, I'm one of them still in debt, and it's brutal. And I don't remember. It's a ridiculous loan. It's one of those ridiculous predatory loans that I signed. It's on me. I didn't know any better. I did it because I was like, Yeah, I did it because I thought that's what I'm supposed to do. Sucks. When I was younger, I was yeah, it's fucking stupid. I'm like, well, you're supposed to go to college. You're supposed to do, and I didn't feel it. I did it because I thought I had to, like was supposed to. Sucks, dude. Sucks. I want to say hang on. Would it be crazy to say my APR might be like over 20? I know that's like high, but it's kind of what I remember. It's insane. I got out of college and I just kept deferring and forbearance and whatever they are, right? I kept just pushing it off, pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. Because right out of college, after the 6-month grace period, whatever, I just start paying $1,000 a month on my student loans. And I'm like, I couldn't afford it. Couldn't afford it. Instantly couldn't afford it. It's crazy shit. Crazy. Yeah, but I'm still paying it. I want to say I have like 10 grand or so left on it, which, like fortunate that we're here. I told my wife, I was just talking to her about it this week. I'm like, the nice thing here on crypto is you feel like almost at any time you can just make it happen. And I could, like, I guess if I needed to right now, I could just pay it off, and I probably should. But it's like, that would make it very stressful. Gangster, dude. Gangster. They should just forgive it. I'm sorry. If you're going to bail out banks, it's one of the things that infuriates me so much, dude, is that especially the Republicans, like, I'm sorry, because I know probably some guys here on that side, it's like, nope, you signed it, that's on you. I paid it back, so you need to as well. And I'm like, it's fair, logical, it makes sense. I used to be there. Now I see how what the effect is and the impact of it. And I understand it from the other side. And I'm like, it's still crippling. How many millions of people, like, crippling? And it's like personal responsibility. Again, you signed it, whatever. The whatever and personal responsibility thing, I get it. It goes out the window when they bail out banks. It goes out the window when that stuff happens, knowing they can do something about it and they choose not to. And the responsibility thing only matters when it benefits them. Doesn't matter when it doesn't benefit. Like, it's stupid. It's stupid. What do you think about cryptodes and dick? Yeah, both are like, let's just say that there are blue chip NFTs that where I believe 5 to 10 years, like some NFTs are going to be actually worth a lot, number of US dollars. You know what I mean? Those are up there. I would wait on any NFTs right now till an actual bear market. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to be honest. I'm basically there too, as far as not paying it right now. They used to garnish my wages. I'll tell you, see, that shit scares me, right? They used to garnish my wages to get back my student loans, right? Brutal, dude. Fucked me up, right? Because it was a lot. They were taking out, I want to say like $500-600 a paycheck. And I'm like, oh shit, okay, I gotta go move into a trailer. I gotta go live in a trailer. Dude, it's fucked. Fucked. Good morning, Marty. Yeah, it's all fucked. Anyway, kind of get on track a little. Maybe not. Yeah, whatever. Oh, hang on. Let me hit a couple random things. Just totally random. Arc Raiders is fucking amazing. Also, Ball X Pit. I don't know if it's called Ball Pit or Ball X Pit. Fucking amazing. I need to stop playing games, but they're really good games, dude. Really good games. But Arc Raiders is amazing. I can't get over how good that is. Okay. Frankenstein's a cool as shit movie. You guys should go, if you haven't seen it yet. New on Netflix as of Friday. New Frankenstein movie from Guillermo del Toro, who's incredible dude, right? Like Pan's Labyrinth, Shape of Water. What else has he done? He's such a great director, man. That movie's great. It's like, I'll put it this way. Picture a horror. This is going to be weird. It's a horror monster movie mixed with Willy Wonka, mixed with Harry Potter. It's so cool. It's so charming. And it's like it's gross and it's got heart. It's a really good movie, dude. I recommend it. It's long. It's like 2.5 hours, but recommend it. It's really, really a good movie. I kind of want to watch it again, but I want to watch it with my girls. It's a good movie. Oh no. Punk's you guys probably saw Punk's now, I don't know if it's through a specific platform or through like a new contract or something. You can now make collection offers on Punks. I guess before you had to like target the specific token, right? But you can do collection offers to CryptoPunks, which is pretty cool. So Punk's just a little more liquid now. Funny to think a lot of us can just pay shit off with crypto. But I buy a Milady and another digital penguin. Yeah, dude. Yeah. That's the beauty. Okay. I lose track of that sometimes. It's probably we all lose track of that. Like just how. There you go. Thank you, China. Yeah, through Node. There you go. It's why crypto's so special. At any moment, you can change your life. And that doesn't mean you retire, right? It doesn't mean you've made your couple $1,000,000. No, it means you can maybe pay off your car loan or pay off your student loans, or maybe it's you pay off your mortgage, right? That's the kind of life-changing stuff that happens in crypto regularly. And I hope, guys, at this point, us in here for years, I hope at this point everybody's hit one of those moments. And I really hope everybody's hit multiple of those moments. But that's the opportunity in crypto. It's why, dude, market shit like right now. And it's not even, it's shit, but it's like, I don't know. I think it's shittier on X than it is in the market. There's places to make money. But that's why you just always stay plugged in. You get those life-changing moments in a bear market. You get them in any market condition. And we're just so spoiled by how good things get in the good times when you can do that on a daily basis. Some days you can do it multiple times a day. Right? You can pay off your student loans 3 times in a 24-hour period. Like that's what happens here. That needs to be the pitch for like super normies too, right? It's not like you're going to make $1,000,000. Like it's no, dude, you owe 15 grand on your student loans. If you focused on crypto, I bet you could pay that off this year. Like it's that. I think that's the better way to get normies in. Not that it's great to get them in for gambling, but also fuck it. It's gambling. They probably gamble somewhere else. You know? Smart. I wouldn't be touching that shit. It's probably, I don't know. Probably should have. Well, I definitely should have. Should have listened. I should have listened to Luna. Is ETH really pumping? Oh, yeah. I guess it. Hang on. I guess it is. That's what's up. Man, Edge, Stimmy, dude. China, I've not understood the Sunday pump thing. That became a narrative on crypto Twitter. I don't remember Sunday pumping, a thing that we count on. I remember weekends just being low volume, the end. Mice, come on, man. Mice, please don't do that. I still hope Dog does well, but I'll tell you what. Not that this fucking matters, but I went to go look at the total Rune market cap, and I had this one site I would do it at. What was it? Rune. Where is this? If I can't find it, I'll just have to say it. There we go. Rune Indexer. It doesn't even work anymore. I'm not going to Magic. Should I go to Magic Eden and look? I'm going to go look. But yeah, this site doesn't even track runes anymore. So either they're worth 0. Actually, did it stop tracking back in April? Maybe it did, dude. Wow. I'm going to go look at runes. I'm scared. I haven't looked at this in probably a couple months. Maybe I peeked during a stream, but I don't remember at all. Dude, I'm so scared. I can't believe, dude, my bag of Gizmo at one point was worth like, I think like 30 grand. And I didn't sell, dude. Fucking idiot. Dog is 163 mil. Oh, God, I'm going to look at Gizmo. 1.7. Funny fucking thing is I'm still up on Gizmo. That's the beauty of getting in something very early, right? You get in nice and early, it's like even at basically all-time low, you're still up. That's that's the best way to be. Well, obviously the best way to be trading. Getting in something at that level is amazing. But yeah, round trip this bad boy. I always tell myself, dude, you're always going to, very, very basic shit, but you're always going to tell yourself, oh, it's going higher because this and this and this. It's like, stop, dude. Every time you do that, it's one of those signs that you should be selling right now. And if you missed the thing, whatever. At least you locked in 30 grand. When will we see money flow into NFTs? I don't think we're going to. No, Mickey, it doesn't really work like that anymore. I don't think we have those typical rotations. I don't know that it flows into NFTs more than just like look, if people make a lot of money on Bitcoin and whatever plays, there'll be some people buying to collect. I don't think we see a sustained bid into NFTs. Not this cycle. It's hard to see it. It doesn't mean it won't happen, but I don't think we see that old, last cycle rotation. Bitcoin, alts, NFTs. Meme coins are a big disruptive thing at this point. Like, I think a lot of that liquidity just goes to memes, if anything. If it goes anywhere. Ooh, you guys are spicy today. Okay. I don't hate it, by the way. I think it all pumps. It just takes a narrative thing, but I don't know where the narratives are coming for NFTs, right? Because with NFTs, the narratives don't move the needle. That's kind of what's killed us right now. Market sucks. Market's just not great. But also the big news does not move the needle. Here's what could get interesting. GM, sir. Here's where it gets interesting. Do NFT projects figure out a way? Like what? The thing we wanted from NFTs was money. We wanted to see them rain rewards on us. I kind of didn't care, but it was, most people maybe did. Do we see any NFT collections find a way to do that? Right? For a while, Pudgy Penguins were getting all kinds of like airdrops and token allocations. It's not the market for that anymore, but do we see projects look and find a way to actually drive some money back to their holders? Like, does somebody figure out something there? I don't know that there's anything to figure out, but to me, it's the only thing that can make NFTs really have that strong rotation back. Mice, I love that dude. I mean, my thesis, my conviction hasn't changed. I still think 5 years out, I still believe top collections are one Bitcoin floor. One of them, right? Something there is going to get back to, one. I still believe that. Reason being, it doesn't take much to push it there. But we need that euphoric part. And I just don't know how much of that we have left here. But I'm with you, Mice. Like, my conviction for Bitcoin is higher than anything else, like ordinals specifically. Like, fuck almost every NFT collection other than CryptoPunks. To me, it's ordinals. Like, pure collectible on Bitcoin. Metaverses open the door for NFTs, but RWAs may change that. I kind of look at it all one and the same as far as like RWAs and NFTs and Metaverse. They're very connected, but I'm with you. I still, that's part of the 5-year thesis too. I think NFTs have a crazy run in them again. I'm not with, like Beanie thinking they're dead, forever dead. And maybe they are. Maybe they are. Don't worry, I'm sure. Like, he doesn't think it'll ever bounce back. I believe the Metaverse thing. I believe the top games out there will have NFTs. Okay, as I'm playing Arc Raiders, I still think of how cool it would be if those weapons were NFTs and you could trade them with your buddies. And like, again, I know people say you can already do that. It doesn't have to be on chain. I think there's something so freaking powerful to putting them on a third-party marketplace and being able to sell them and just keep them and do whatever, trade them, right? You need to have the back end built for that too. So it's a lot, but like, I still see it. I think that happens still. It still might be a Grand Theft Auto thing. There's, that whole thing is ramping back up. Grand Theft Auto coming out next year, maybe. But do they incorporate crypto? I kind of think at this point they will. I do think Grand Theft Auto launches a token. I think it makes sense. But part of my thesis for NFTs coming back, a lot of that is metaverse. And whether it's like the other side or it's more of like a augmented reality thing at the point where we're wearing glasses like most of the day that do AR, and there's like overlays on. I think metaverse is a big part of it though, and I do think it comes back. I think your digital identity will matter. To a small degree, it does, but I think it'll matter like kind of like it did years ago. And so your avatar will matter. It'll be valuable. I still believe that. I think to me, it makes sense. Good morning, Mufasa. Everybody this morning is a software expert, secured overnight financing rate. We'll get to that in a quick sec. Let me get to this post. We're being psyoped to spend hours looking at charts, studying the macro. Oh, it's a full-time crypto guy, so we should believe that. Yeah, this is pretty like it's pretty basic shit. But whatever. I still am with him mostly. As do you believe that? As do you really believe that? That'd be awesome. Would be awesome. Okay. Secured overnight financing rate for banks plunged to its what? Its lowest level? Is that what he's saying here? Hang on, I had a post explaining what it is. The sharp drop in SOFR is the financial system quietly adjusting itself. When the secured overnight financing rate falls this quickly, it means the cost of borrowing short-term cash against treasuries just got cheaper. It's a reflection of rate cuts, I think. That's the short amount of time I spent reading about it is what yeah. Was my take. My takeaway. What do you think about X copies right click share? Is it worth collect? Is this new? Is that a new X copy or is that old? I love that dude. He's fucking great. That's not new, is it? Yeah, how many are there? How many editions are there in that right click share? I don't know. He's getting to the point where he has so many NFTs. Like so many. In the long run, every X copy priced at today's price will be up, right? In the long run. I do believe that because we're going to see some of his stuff going for millions and millions and millions. Like, right? I believe that too. Not new. Okay. Yeah, I mean, without knowing the edition size and price and all, I'm not sure, but I do think every X copy is just it's I believe in crypto culture. I do. And so to me, there's pretty much nobody that represents it like him. You know, to me, he's like, see the face of crypto culture? That's even hard to say because that's really kind of probably Pudgy Penguins. Yeah, it's hard to say, but yeah, I think all his stuff is a great buy, hold for the long term. And if it's a big addition, I don't see it being worth a ton. But also, it's like if you want to park your money somewhere, it's not a terrible place. I like the Max Payne play too. Deflationary just matters, right? Like at some point, what are we down to on Max Payne's? I like that idea that like, you know, those are the games I like. I can outhold anybody. I was telling my wife this week, I would do really well in jail. I can like, I got stamina 0.4 now. Yeah. I can outhold anybody. I just can. So especially something that's deflationary. Dude, I got packs of cards in my dresser drawer from like the 80s, right? Like I can outhold anybody. I just can. I don't because it yeah. It's kind of like with my NFTs and me just wanting the date on it, right? I'm not going to burn my Cyberkong to get access to Wall Street Kong because I just want it as is. I prefer things still like unopened. So Max Payne's deflationary 4,000 I can hold this till there's 4 left. You know what I mean? Like, I'll hold this forever. I think there's like, this collection has like a stupid kind of upside because of that. Because this one all of a sudden could become one of the most exclusive collections in Xcopy's entire catalog. Doesn't mean it will, but it could be. And something that has that kind of potential, and you know, with the name Xcopy on it, I'll fucking roll the dice on that. I will. Oh, okay. That's yeah. Okay, how many are there? It's 1,000 editions. I don't think that's a bad buy at all. In a way, they're all kind of 1/1s. I mean, they are. I mean, I like it. I like it. I do like it. 0.4, like, you know, that's one of those interesting things, Mickey, right? Like, you can totally see them falling to like 0.15 if things get bad, right? Or 0.1 even. But also, you could see these at an ETH when things get silly. Yeah, I do like it. Mice, we recently saw retail FOMO into gold standing in line to buy gold at Costco. With gold evaluated at over 30 trillion. Just wait till they come to. Yeah, I'm with you there, Mice. Also, there's another spin on that story, right? And it's important. This is why it's so important. Like, you got to consider what else that could have been. Because, right, the other narrative was they weren't lined up to buy gold. They were all lined up to sell gold. And that actually, I think, is what it was. They were not lined up buying. They were all selling their gold. Yeah, I like XCOM. I'm telling you, dude, one of the funnest times we had in this space. And I love that Pranksy's doing shit right now. But one of my favorite moments, and I used to chat with him a lot. He's a really fucking cool guy. But I wish I could find some of those old chats. Back in NFT boxes and him coming and being the artist of the month for the NFT boxes. Oh, so Edge, I'm thinking of, like, you know, those videos we got out of, like, I don't remember what country, but we had all these videos coming out of people lined up. And people are saying they're buying gold, and it was opposite. If there were videos of people buying gold at Costco, I didn't see them. But anyway, him coming in NFT boxes, and like, we just partied there. We literally partied there. We had Xcopy DJing like fucking sets. Then we actually did that in the Penelope's Discord or Kong's Discord, one or the other. Just such a fucking great time. Such a great time back then. I wish that I want to relive that. But that was one of those symptoms. That was one of those signs of the euphoria, and very toppy and right. So great. Dude, I want an ACK so bad. ACK, I'm looking for the next ACK, and I'm looking like, I still think Modest might be it. It's too early, but also I want in one of those artists early. Imagine if you were in an Xcopy early when people didn't know he'd be, you know, Xcopy. Like, imagine that. That's what I look at Modest as right now. I'm like, he has that kind of potential, and he's got those kind of collectors that can put him there, and his shit's really cheap right now. But, you know, I look at Modest as like maybe the next ACK kind of story. That's what I think could happen with Modest. Next ACK. ACK is awesome, dude. Oh, damn. I have not been keeping up with his memento burns. Following is available to mementos holders for redemption at third. So, okay. Mickey, you know ACK, I think, right? I mean, I'm sorry, you know Modest, right? And any of you guys who are into Max Payne, it's basically the same idea. He's got these mementos NFTs, and you got to burn them or redeem them for his new artwork. And they're pretty cheap right now. Oh, no shit. Okay, didn't know. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Well, then to your guys' point of people lining up and fumbling into gold at all-time high, it will happen with Bitcoin again. I know it didn't happen before, but actually, here's the thing, guys. It might have actually happened and we didn't see it, right? Because like that chart we looked at of those giga fucking Bitcoin whales who are dumping, Udi had a great post about it. Not that post. These guys are dumping, dude. They are. Like, so we've looked at those charts. We might have had super normies come back. We got to look at other stats like new wallets, holding Bitcoin, right? We need to look at that. We might have had super normies coming in when Bitcoin hit all-time high. Like, I personally know two of my friends who have bought crypto before, but they're not like us. They bought it once before and that's it. I know two people who came in and bought, during this last run. So they did probably come back, but we just had the OG Bitcoiners dumping on them. That's cool. Well, that's cool to hear. Yeah, it will happen again with Bitcoin, like no doubt. So before I was just going to say, like, so where's that number? And I was going to say it didn't happen at, 100, 15, 20, 25, whatever, but it actually might have. It actually might have. And there's just so much selling. And even then the price goes up. There's so much selling. It's offsetting any of that new money coming in. That does end at some point. It does. The setup is happening right now for Bitcoin to do its run to 200, 250. Like, that is being set up. Get these guys out now and let us get to that point. Anyway, I don't know if the SOFR matters. I don't know. But everybody's talking about it today, so we have to mention it. Dude, the Azuki Zagabond shit continued through yesterday. Crazy. Like, it's just funny, dude. It's just funny. It's just, again, crypto Twitter so dumb. I liked pretty much everything I read from Azuki yesterday. We're not going to stay on that. We covered that to death yesterday. But I liked it, dude. I like what they're doing. They're on the right path. And it won't move the needle. In fact, where are they priced at? Where are Azukis today? Remember, Henry's got that market up. Will Azukis be under 1 ETH by Wednesday? Actually, they're maybe going to close that gap. They might get to 1. If this market turns around, these will be back over 1. So actually, let me peek. I might do a little predict-based buy-in. Okay, did this fall? I might get more shares of this. Oh my God, why did the kids get up so early now? I mean, it's not early, but okay, gap closed here a bit. Will they be below 1 ETH? Just tricky with this. If you're buying in size, then your average cost goes way, way, way up. There's just not a ton of liquidity here. So it's hard to get shares at the price you want. But I do want more of this. I really do want more of this one. Will Bitcoin reach 140 by the end of the year? Again, I'm playing this to sell it when odds hit like 30%. You know what I mean? Something like that. Or it hits 30 cents. If I buy here where my average cost is 21 cents. See, if I put in if I put in $40, which isn't much, my average cost is up. Not bad at $40, but yeah, we're at 20.5 cents. I just want to go all in on this, right? I want to throw like $300 at it. But then my average cost is 27 cents, which kills the trade. Yeah, Mooncat's kind of fit that narrative. I mean, okay, so technically CryptoKitties were the first ERC 721. CryptoKitties, right? It's like it's just like with ordinals and people fighting over what's the first 10K collection. There's a couple that can say they're, the first NFT. Like CryptoPunks can say that, and you know what I mean? And then there's stuff from like 2015 and that are also, NFTs. They're non-fungible, but through like a different token standard. So there's a whole bunch of first NFTs, and that's why I kind of think that doesn't matter much. Okay. This is Jerome Powell last week, and I wonder if this matters a lot. We're all expecting, right? Quantitative tightening comes to an end December 1st. And then I know some people saying quantitative easing coming, and he never said that, so we can't bet on that. But also saying that it will be adding reserves at a certain point.
So you're right. The place we'll be on December 1 is that the size of the balance sheet is frozen. And as mortgage-backed securities mature, we'll reinvest those in treasury bills, which will foster both a more treasury balance sheet and also a shorter duration. So that's what, in the meantime, if you freeze the size of the balance sheet, the non-reserve liabilities, currency, for example, they're going to continue to grow organically. And because the size of the balance sheet is frozen, you have further shrinkage in reserves. And reserves is the thing that we're managing that has to be ample. So that'll happen for a time, but not a tremendously long time. We don't know exactly how long. But at a certain point, you'll want to start reserves to start gradually growing to keep up with the size of the banking system and the size of the economy. So we'll be adding reserves at a certain point, and that's the last point. Even then, we didn't make decisions about this today, but we did talk today about the composition of the balance sheet, and there's a desire that the balance sheet be right now it's got a lot more duration than the outstanding universe of Treasury securities. And we want to move to a place where we're closer to that duration. That'll take some time. We haven't made a decision about the ultimate endpoint, but we all agree that we want to move more in the direction of a balance sheet that more closely reflects the outstanding treasuries, and that means a shorter duration balance sheet.
All right, so we'll see. We'll see what any of that means. But I think important to note that him stating quantitative tightening ends December 1st doesn't mean that has a big impact on the market or that it has a long lasting impact on the market. So we'll see. Quick check in on Polymarket. I just want to see government shutdown if odds are shifting in any direction. Just more towards, further out. If there was any change there. We have Wav3 coming up in 10 minutes. That'll be a fun chat. What did you guys think of the 50-year mortgage? What do we think of that? Also, let me put this on your radar because a lot of us are, doing the AI stuff. What's up, cutie? She's stimulus, bro. Raoul Powell watching. This is a new agentic economy thing on Sui called Beep. I'm watching it, right? Raoul Powell, kind of pumping his bags. The idea here, the product, whatever, makes sense. It's right? It's financial rails for agents. So, me and virtuals and doing, knowing ACP and all this stuff like that. I'm betting on this stuff. I don't know that I'm newly betting on a new platform or ecosystem. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. I should probably get them on the show. See, this is how you got to angle your shit and be timely with stuff. I'm like, okay, if Raoul Powell is tweeting it, and if I get them on the show tomorrow or Tuesday or whatever, early this week, there's a chance Raoul Powell drops a comment on it or retweets it, right? There's always a chance. You got to be quick on stuff. Yeah, dude, fucking insane, Choina. It's it's one of those things. I'm like, are you really that's the option? That's it. It's fucked, dude. It's fucked. And it probably does move, probably does help, but it's fucked that's what we're talking about. $50-year mortgage. You'll never own your home. At that point, why, is it cheaper than renting though? Is that all that matters? Is it still better to own your home, like have a mortgage on your home? Better than renting? It might be. Yep. Yeah, it seems not great. It also seems like if it gives the younger generation a chance to own a home, is there something good about that? Like, I don't know. Yeah, dude, China, it's gross, right? Like, this is burn it all fucking down, right? So it's all so fucking broken. Crazy shit. Bank owns your home until you die. It's all fucked, man. Anyway, maybe it gives us a little boost. Maybe. By the way, I didn't know Edward Snowden was involved in Zcash. Did you guys know that? I didn't know. Like his involvement, not that big, by the way. Like Monero Time called him a co-founder. He's not the co-founder of Zcash. He's not. What did community notes say? Participated in Zcash's trusted setup ceremony. Oh, so it's kind of a nothing burger, but whatever. If he actually, let me play this real quick. If he's talking about Zcash, I like
Zcash, I have said repeatedly, really does the best in this space with their shielded transactions. The criticism is that like these transactions don't occur by default, which is valid. In my opinion, they should happen by default. There are other cryptocurrencies like Monero, privacy coin, which is having a lot of trouble being listed on exchanges broadly, which has sort of privacy by default, but it's a lower measure of privacy. They're just playing a shell game. And those shell games really don't last for
whatever. Zcash seems like it's going to continue cooking. All right, I got to step away for a quick minute, and then we'll have Wave 3 on here. Oh, what's up, Nick? I see you down there. All right, good shit. Give me like 2 minutes, and we'll get you up here. Hey, I'll take Beanie being kind of bullish, right? This is why you can never short. It's such a tricky market. It really is. As bad as things might seem, and I do encourage hedges, you cannot fight the Fed. Free money will ruin the most speculative asset classes. Happened in 2020. Man, dude, Beanie might have just flipped me more bullish on that. Again, different. We were all stuck at home. We didn't need anything. We didn't spend our money on anything other than JPEGs and some cryptos. This time you're actually paying your bills with it. So we'll see. We'll see. All right, guys, give me a quick minute. Let's leave you with a quick jam. Actually, hang on. Let's leave you with a better jam. A little better jam. We'll take the copyright strike. Damn, I don't think we even got to a good part. There we go. Greatest band on earth. Fuck, I love those tunes. I love them. They stream every show. Every show is like live streamed. Oh, they're the best. King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. All right. Let's see. Hang on. Let's do this. Let's do this. Tab Hill. I live in Tab Hill. All right, we got the boys from Wav3 here. I like these guys a lot. They're fucking awesome. All right, let me get you on the stage. You're good? All right. Hang on. We got Nick up here. We almost got Nick up here. We got Nick up here. What's up, man? Good to see you, dude. Oh, hang on. I think you're mute. I got you muted. My bad. There we go. What's up? What's up? Hang on. Mic check. I don't know if I can hear you. I don't hear shit. Oh, we might have an echo. Let me fix. My bad. Part my bad, part your bad. And let's get Greg up here too. Greg, you ready? Give a thumbs up when you're ready.
Yeah. What's up, dude?
I got you now. All right. Greg is ready too. Boom, boom, boom. Dude, it's good to see you guys. How the hell
Bring
are
it on. Good, man. King Gizzard.
What's happening over there?
What am I doing? I'm on a stream with my friends. What are you doing?
There we
Where
go.
are you? Are you in Turkey?
Are you King Gizzard fans?
I'm a mild King Gizzard. Yeah.
Really? Oh shit.
TC, I never dove into the catalog. I have a couple friends that love King Gizzard, and they're always like, "Oh, you got to check out King Gizzard." I was like, "Yeah, I'll get to it," and I never got to it.
They're
And that's
worth
kind
it.
of like my thing.
Dude, I'll
Yeah.
tell you what, they're like for the past few years, like they're firmly my favorite band like of all time, but like they're hard to get into because they have so much music, dude. Like they've had 2 years where they put out like 4 albums or 5 albums, and they're not like B-sides and it's like they're complete albums, and they are usually like these like concept albums, or they pick a genre and they go with that. Like they've got a very jazzy record, they've got like a thrash metal record, they've got couple, I think 3 microtonal records where like the guitars have frets between the frets, and so they can get some really interesting. It's
100%. The little I know about them, it reminds me of Devin Townsend. Do you know who Devin Townsend is?
Yeah, Pete Townsend's, isn't it his son?
No, actually not. Devin Townsend. He's like coined as like the scientist of metal. But his roots are like progressive metal, which is kind of my roots as well. He's from the band Strapping Young Lad, but he has the same sort of aesthetic where he'll do a record that's like soul, he'll do a record that's jazz, do a record that's ba. But it always comes. You can feel like the roots of rock and metal in it, but it's so melodic, so ethereal, textural, and so to me, it's a little similar to something that King Gizzard would do with the
That's so cool, dude.
10,000 types of genres, and it's really nice. It's done well. So cheers to King Gizzard.
These like musicians are just getting better and better and better, and like am I on the right account here? Is that the dude, Devin Townsend? I've heard the name. I guess I didn't hear his music. Oh, I don't have
my bingo card is filled this morning. Talks of progressive metal while Ella Fitzgerald plays in the background.
It's perfect.
Yeah, must be.
That sounds about right. I never followed him on Twitter. Yeah, that's it. Yep, that is
Big
him.
love to Must-Eth. Or Must-Eth. Yeah, we got
Yeah, Greg. Let's see. Yeah, are you guys bros?
Musty's here?
Yeah, Musty's
What up,
here.
Musty?
It's like the NFT dudes, no NFT dudes, right?
Yeah.
Good shit. All right. So you guys, look, I had you on the weekday show. At this point, like, what was it, 6 weeks ago, or was it 8 weeks? When was your TGE?
6 weeks ago.
Six, right? Yeah.
Time's fucking crazy. It just goes so fast. But had you guys on basically right for your TGE. So this show's different, dude. Like that's it's not even like that's a formal show, of course, but like that's the Crypto Slam show. This is just my thing. I just kind of, I don't even know how to describe. We just vibe for hours on the weekend. So really fucking cool to get you guys here and get to share about what you're building with. Like it is kind of a different audience. Not most, I would say half the audience here does not tune into that show. So probably a good starting point is if you guys want to give the quick pitch and TLDR on your project and what you're building.
For sure. Okay. Yeah. So we're Wave. There we go. Thank you for the screen share. About 6 weeks ago at this point, we TGE'd with the Virtuals team and the community. We are Wave at its core is an app that rewards listeners for listening to music, for the music they already listen to. And we could start there before it gets way too complicated. But at the ground level, indeed. And then so Wave, an app that rewards you for listening to music. Ground one, phase one. And how that paired into virtuals is that we have an agentic music discovery part of our business. And when we talk to the virtuals team about the entire blue sky vision of what we're doing, they love the idea and they wanted to provide us the ability to build on virtuals. So around TGE, September 30th, October 1st sort of situation, is right in between the Genesis ending and Unicorn starting. So we were talking to the team about what would be better because we had the full support from the Virtuals ecosystem and the Virtuals team. Should we wait until Unicorn starts because it may be better for us, or should we just do it in Genesis because we may be able to have the whole community rack up their points, and maybe because nobody knows what was going to happen and for Unicorn. So we were kind of toying with the idea of going back and forth between Genesis and Unicorn. At the end of the day, we chose to stay in Genesis to be one of the last projects to launch on Virtuals Genesis.
Hey, Greg. Sorry while HUDAH has the live stream, can we just try something out? So 6 weeks ago, we launched HUDAH. Type in wave-3.com.
Wave-3.
Yeah, .com. Dum. Okay, so
now
go ahead there and scroll one more time. Boom. Now go ahead and go to the front of that little website dongle domain dealio you got going on up there.
Up here,
and in between that slash and the wave, I want you to put the word Genesis.
Like that? Do I got that
yes,
right?
Sir. Well, with a dot.
Thank you, sir. I'm new to this interneting.
It's all right. It's only been 25 years.
All right, let's see.
I love you, HUDAH.
Here we go.
So we launched landing page. We've launched the Genesis website. That's crazy. I've never seen it with this crazy ass wave. What is up with your emojis, bro?
Is that a me thing?
That's a you thing, I think.
Do I have to install like an emoji pack?
No, I don't think so. It looks real cute.
I like it. I like
it too. So yeah, we've sold 29 licenses since launching our token. Our token's seen a spike up to 2 mil. It hovers around like 400 to 800,000. Licenses are currently selling for 745. Yeah. So there's a license browser. If you click the 3 links there, it's all kinds of stuff. But now go back over to that X profile post you were looking at. Oh, buddy boy, I'm on a live stream. I miss you. Good morning.
This post, I think the pinned one.
Yeah, go ahead and click on the pin post.
Nice.
Yep.
It's a kid-friendly show, just so you know. I think mine are coming down now. When you want, and Greg, you can do this, or we can wait for Nick. But like,
you're good.
You're good. Okay, cool.
No, I want to show Daddy something.
I don't know what he wants to show me. I'm trying to show the good people of the internet something too, bud. So yeah, big updates in 6 weeks. We not only launched these properties, we launched.
It's all like the background, like it's totally cool.
No, it's cool as long as he has a shirt on. It's cool.
Fair,
shirtless children and the open internet do not mix.
Fair. Yeah.
Don't clip it. All right. So where we're at is, if you scroll up, let's start here. Last week on Halloween, we launched alpha to 25 users. So the TGE, if you scroll down one post, is a Telegram MVP. That Telegram MVP saw about 1,600 users day one. Before we selected the top 25, we had 7,500 users in. out of the 7,500, we picked 25 users, and they're now actually inside of the app able to connect to Spotify, and they're earning a point for every minute of audio they stream. So right now you can earn points for Wave in two ways. And I'm going to put a hard divide here and say there's the time before the alpha test and there's the time after the alpha test, which is the time that we now exist. So we have this pre-points thing, which was like to earn a spot in the alpha. And now all the points people are accumulating are earning towards rewards. So if you're a listener to this stream right now and you want to get paid for the music you listen to, or for your referral network, I'm going to give you one more little bone to throw. Go to that same website you were looking at. I'm going to make this super easy for listeners at home. Boom, links.wave.com. That was perfect. That's where I was going to take you. So down here, you can access the early beta, the Telegram MVP right there. You can find our Telegram community chat right below it. The public waitlist is the website that you just saw. We have an announcement channel. We have docs that are live, thanks to Greg, and our Wave token right there. So in 6 weeks, we've been able to amass all of that, getting out of a pre-points into alpha. Now that we have a token, we can start doing rewards. Potentially come February, it'll feel a bit like the X airdrop. I feel like X is more of a crypto company than most crypto companies paying the creators. But hopefully it feels a bit like that. And the really, really cool thing here is you can hop back over to the post. In the past 6 weeks, we incorporated as a company. So because of our vision, we named the company Blue Sky Tech, or Blue Sky Technologies. You can keep scrolling that post if you want. The leaderboards in this new V2 model have been reset. What this means is that all the points that are accruing now are accruing towards rewards. So even if you had a referral code and you were in the app before, you were one of those 7,500 users, we've given everybody new referral codes. And so basically the way this works is that for every person you invite, you get points. For every person they invite, you get points. For every person that third person invites, you get points. And then once the listen to earn goes live, every time those referrals listen to music, you're earning points from not only your music that you're listening to, but their music as well. And so that's really what we're in that pre-section. We were battle testing that referral system and getting all the bugs and kinks out of it. In 6 weeks, we were able to do that. And now that we're in the alpha phase, we just got all the bugs out of the Spotify listening. It was like we had a disconnect issue with the refresh token, but fix that in the first week and so on and so forth. And now people are not only earning for their listening, but also like the listening of their referrals. We call that usage.
That's cool.
If you scroll down a little bit, you can multiply your points production by picking up a Genesis license, and they stack. So these are non-transferable NFTs. They are soul-bound to your account. And basically these NFTs do three things. They give you a 1.5x multiplier on all your points production. So if you made 100 points today, you would actually make 150. If you buy 2, it's like 1.75x. If you buy 3, it's like 1.85. Then 4 is like 1.94. We actually have people in the community who have like 6 licenses. Number 2, these licenses not only like multiply your points, which equal rewards, but when our platform goes live, we're going to need nodes to support the network in terms of like copyright infringement and things of that nature. So each one of these licenses actually is the key that unlocks a node. And those nodes actually have emissions to tokens and will perform some useful service to the network. So there's no like security risk. The prices started out at $250, as you saw on the website. They're already up to $745. With all that being said, if you scroll down one more post, this is why you always see this is the example of the Spotify alpha. It's super cool. But yeah, this is just the walkthrough connecting to Spotify. I'm logging in right here. We get access to the content that you've recently played, what you're currently listening to, so on and so forth. It takes you back to Telegram. But in the last post of this thread, which I wanted to clue your listeners in on, only one person's found this link so far, but you can pick up a license with that link under $500. I think it's like $4.99. So if you want to click on that, I'll show you something cool. One thing we baked into these Genesis license sales is the ability to batch and bundle them together so we can choose a range. So here we have the range of, see the partnership price is $4.95. But if you scroll down, we've bundled 39 and then all the way down to the bottom to 61. And what that does is it takes the lowest price and the highest price and it averages it together, so it eliminates the race conditions. And instead of it incrementally increasing by 5, everybody can get in with this link for the same price. So it makes it more fair, more community centric. And we've actually saved licenses 0 to 50 for community partnerships for our initial community. And this is the first batch that we're releasing to the public online. Once we hit 100 licenses, we're actually going to be auctioning off a Spotify alpha spot. So you'll be able to earn from your listening and usage, which is going to be pretty cool. I think, Greg, correct me if I'm wrong, but we have 2 of those spots to auction off. Then the first one's going to be auctioned off once we hit 100 sales.
Correct.
Cool. I think I covered everything in the 6-week period. I could be missing some stuff.
Dude, super cool. Okay, so well, first off, for you guys for chat, how many people use Spotify? I assume everybody uses Spotify, right? I don't use it as my primary thing, but I use it now, right? Like I do use it. Okay, so to use the platform and start getting rewards, I want to get a little into the rewards too, but you have to have the license, or is that just the multiplier?
No. So to get into the platform and to start earning points, you can go to that link. So your chat is killing it right now. I see like 3 people posting the links. You go in there, you click on the Spotify MVP. So actually, why don't you check this out? Go to that little blue squiggly line tab you got in Tabland over there. I think it's tab 6. Perfect. Now click early access Telegram for me, and we'll show people how easy this is. 1 click. Start the bot. It won't drain your wallet, I promise.
No, it's all good. Hang on.
Is it a screen thing? You don't have entire screen, you're just on a tab copy.
Yeah, but I can share that. Hang on.
Cool. Ooh. This is our app, everybody. We've invented the metaverse.
Okay. Am I in the right spot? Does that look right?
Yeah, you just press start or you hit that little button there. Cool. Whoa, that's a lot of text. Join the wait list. I gotta fix that. Bro, you need to screenshot that to me. I have a bugs. I'll send you a link to report a bug. Yeah, cool. But if you press join wait list, which is what should have only popped up there, you enter the app. Ta-da. Now you get a referral code. Hey, Greg, I think I find out why. That makes so much more sense now. Yeah, so basically it's supposed to send you that stuff when you buy a license, the stuff that popped up before. It's like, hey, congrats on buying a license, and then pulls you into the community chat and celebrates you and like shares the different links. But this is the leaderboard so far. Guppy's up there. Funnily enough, Greg, did you get toppled by Paula?
Yeah, I did.
That's Don's
Paula
wife
good.
from Virtuals.
Yeah.
She's apparently addicted to the app, so that's great. But yeah, if you go back, you're in the current leaderboard right now.
Yeah, where was the
English NFT? Don't worry, baby, it won't drain you.
Well, see, now I'm not going to connect my wallet because I just don't. That's like my practices on this computer. But like good safety shit, also good guys. I wouldn't even be worried.
So also, if you go back, there's nowhere to even connect your wallet because we're not worried about it at this point. We're just earning points. Oh, not back like that. Yeah.
Where do
I hate Telegram, dude? I know. I feel you.
How the fuck do I get back?
Just type app. There you go. There you go. You found it. So basically, if you press back on the bottom one, I'm going to clean this up this afternoon. New bug unlocked. So basically, this is the main app. You have originally you had a place where you could that was our original link tree, the learn more. The mission section is coming soon. Oh, Greg, I know what I forgot. In the 6 weeks, we launched a Wasabi Vault that currently has one of the highest APYs on the platform, and we're going to continually boost it so it continues to have the highest APYs on the platform. We had 2 unlocks. We had our ops unlock, and we had our protocol owned liquidity unlock, and we allocated all 4 million tokens to the Wasabi community vaults and boost and all that. So that goes to the Genesis license, and you log in with your Telegram, so that way it associates you with the same account. Yeah, all the things. Talks about the TGE. But the most important thing is if you go back to main menu, you'll see that you have your own referral link there. That ACC NPW belongs to you. And when you go to share my referral code from Telegram here, share on Telegram is probably the most native way to do that. On the mobile, this thing is super sweet. And I don't know if it popped anything up for you there. Did you do anything? What did I miss? Hi, Hoods.
Yeah, it pops it up, and then I just pick a name. Like it's just grab my content.
on
Contacts.
mobile, it's so sweet because, dude, I'm able to like not spam my contact list, but I can select like 99 people on mobile, and with one tap of the button, it like sends them my referral link and a message, which is why we saw that super explosive growth, like 1,600 users in 2 days, 7,500 users, and that's why we went with Telegram. But now the stage that we're in is transitioning and pivoting all of this away from Telegram into the Wave site that you saw with like Google OAuth, and actually the alpha testing has revealed to us the necessity of Greg and I are about to have a writer's retreat essentially on Friday. I believe we have it scheduled, where we just shut off the phones and hang out together. I'll be in Big Sur, California. Greg's going to be out in New Jersey. And we're just going to spend the day hanging and talking about the things that we've learned, because we've really been in such a build mode and reactive mode to fixing the bugs that we want to take like a 72-hour period to pause, reflect, and pivot if needed. But one of the big things that we're talking about is building a business with a better moat, so we're not dependent on APIs, what that may look like, and if that solution involves being something more universal, whether it integrates with like AI wearables or hardware, whether it gives you more utility as a listener into like the catalog, or getting into a band like the Grateful Dead, or seeing them on tour, and these things that could be higher signals than just listening, which would better fuel our taste graph to help with artist discovery.
Man, super cool. Hoods, welcome. And like, I was waiting for you to pop up in the chat, because I think you were on our stream on the virtual side, right, on the Swarm Report. But like, this is up your alley, like Hoods music guy, and I know this is the thing that just makes perfect sense for him. He's always like music NFTs, and I'm like, well, cool part is there are NFTs here, but like everybody's just looking for the like Web3 music thing, the thing that's disruptive to the industry, and it's something like this. It's exactly it. Okay, some questions about rewards. What are the rewards? What are the points for? Like, describe what that reward ecosystem is.
The reward is being a good person. No, I'm kidding. The points are obviously going to work towards some airdrop with the Wave token that we have that's agentic, which might not necessarily be the token that we utilize for the actual airdrops. So neither here nor there. It's things that Greg and I are going to discuss in that writer's retreat. That allocation gets unlocked in February. We've allocated 30% of that token to community and 15% to artists. It might be even higher than that. With all that being said, the points I'd like to be airdropping on a monthly basis, I believe, at the very least, or at the very least once a quarter. But at the end of the day, like, that's something that we're now at the point of needing to be a bit more proactive about in terms of like how we're doing it, like not how we're doing it, but where the rewards are coming from. The big thing is that the Wave token doesn't necessarily have utility to the ecosystem yet. So it would be more beneficial if we started the airdrop and rewards once that token had some sort of utility to help support the price, as opposed to like just buyback and burns, or being wholly reliant on market moves. Because if you just start handing out tokens to people without there being some sort of sync, this is more game theory than anything else. Like the best thing to do would be able to airdrop tokens to people and then be able to use that inside of a native platform, whatever that may be, to speculate on sound coins or so on and so forth. So we also,
yeah. Oh, go ahead. I'll follow up after.
No, I think you're going in the right direction.
Well, you know, when you mentioned like the other coins, like I forgot that was another big part here. It's like artists, musicians, whatever. There's a whole like discovery part to the project too, right? And so artists can put like songs or albums, I'm assuming, on the platform, and people then can go support, speculate on their coin. That's part of it, right?
It's a big part of it. However, since the last time we talked, in 6 weeks, I think 7 prediction markets spun up for sound coins or song coins, and I don't think any of them are going to work. I'm just like, as a user, as an artist, scrolling through and going like, why would I use this? And you know, I think Zora is awesome. I think Bass is awesome, and I think Coop is awesome what they're doing, and Waka Flocka Flame, and all these great people. But it's just the market's missing something, and Greg and I need to like take that time away to evaluate the moves that everybody's made in the past 6 weeks, because we've really had our heads down building the past 2.5, 3 months, and reevaluate the market because it changes so fast, and figure out what it is that we have to offer this industry from our unique vantage points and our connections, and really plug into the market a solution that's going to be beneficial for artists and really, really help them. Because if it doesn't yeah, give a reason not to sell off for sure. That too, for the airdrop and rewards. But if a product isn't useful, it's not something that people actually want to use and provides no value to the market, then it doesn't matter how great your tokenomics are. It doesn't matter if there's a way to use it. Like, nobody's going to use it. And just from a standpoint of like 3 months of our life is like a quarter of a year. And if Greg and I want to spend another quarter of a year or 3 years or 5 years or 10 years working on a product, like, it damn well better provide some value to the people we care most about. And I think that's songwriters, artists, and the people who appreciate and support those songwriters and artists.
Yeah. The thing you said that the other platforms are kind of missing with their token. So is that something you figured out, or that's what you're trying to get together and really like hammer that thing out, right? Like, what is that thing? Are you trying to discover it, or do you think you're onto it?
We have a good idea. So I should say, like, phase 1 is this listen to earn model. And there's a fundamental problem with that listen to earn model and a reason why you don't see it in the market. Hang on, let's read this. Played with Bam Margera and Annie McCoy, now looking to release new music. If any member of your team wants to chat with me about a project, I would be into collab. Cool. Sounds cool. Greg, that's all you, man. Greg has the curls.
Bring it out.
Yeah.
I'll drop their X here. You can DM them and you guys connect. Very fucking cool, dude.
Yeah. I think, ooh, that's a cool idea, Greg. Music match, but.
Yay.
That could be cool. Tinder for artists, but you need Wave.
Yeah.
I think I've gotten that ad before on Instagram. But yeah, Huda, the big thing here is that it's not that we're onto it or not onto it. There's a reason why nobody's doing what we're doing that we're more than aware of now. And a lot of these big tech companies are locking down their APIs and the content on their platform, and they're just digging deeper moats around their castle. They're fortifying things in the age of AI. So companies like this can't pop up and pose a threat to the empire that they've built. And it's no different than when the labels really bunkered down and tried to build a moat when the streaming industry's popped up. And we really need to build a product like FrostWire or LimeWire that, I don't even know if it's profitable, but it cuts through and it really it forces change in the industry. And I think, like, don't kill me here, people, for having a token and saying regardless if it's profitable or not, but like from a perspective of like products and building something that has not just like the virality but the tenacity to cut through, man, that was the coolest thing. But in this sense, A, we want people to be able to listen wherever they listen to music. B, we want stronger signals. And that data is what trains the agentic models. And those agentic models are critical to mission success when it comes to being the leverage that artists need who may not be as business savvy and want to just be authentic artists who create great music. So this is not a pivot. It's more so of we have a knife, we have an axe, we've been cutting down trees and building a house. And now Greg and I need to spend a day going over all of our tools and sharpening the axes and taking a look at the land and going, all right, maybe we let these trees grow over here. And sorry for the dumb analogy, but maybe we go and start working on this patch of land and start looking more seriously at phase 2 and evaluating the landscape and seeing what's changed around us. And like I said, in the time that we launched 6 weeks ago, APIs have been locked down across X and Spotify. And Virtuals is feeling this on their ecosystem because we've been trying to get API access from them since September 5th, I believe. From Virtuals to do a simple agentic scrape of historic data on X, and X is griefing Virch. I love that. Sorry, I just abbreviated it for no reason. Yeah, we need a different access than is typically necessary for agents.
What's the kind of data what are you trying to get through the API, right? Like, what's that info you're looking for?
Target customers, wallet enrichment from the Grass ecosystem, who are like our direct, like, if I could talk to those people, they'd pick up what we're putting down in an instant and provide so much value and buy licenses and do that sort of thing.
Got it. Yep.
So that's a big move. Like they have an NFT collection and they have 30,000 wallets who have claimed Grass. Which means they were the top of the pack in their referral ecosystem. And they were core in bringing Grass to a 10 million valuation about 2 weeks ago and over 3 million users in a year and a half. So all that to say, Greg and I are focused now more than ever, now that I've squashed the bugs this week, other than that one that you just found for me, HUDAH, because I can't see that screen anymore.
I got the screenshot for you. Was that really a bug, though, or is that just me being on the desktop version?
No, that's a bug. Well, like if you go back to it, let's check it out. We got to go to Telegram. We'll have fun here. I mean, like, it's nice, but I think that anything that takes away from like a user's focus, especially like in the onboarding flow, is no bueno. So it's not anything that anybody would have reported, but it's overwhelming. Like, oh, we can't see your Telegram, but you can actually go to Telegram on the web app on the tab if you wanted.
Yeah, I'm just going to share that window again.
Cool. Yeah, so the only thing that should pop up is the join waitlist modal, and then that turns into enter app, and that's how it was. But if you scroll all the way, yeah, there you go. Welcome to our music revolution. Stay updated. Start your wait spot.
Is that supposed to be my voice too?
No.
Everybody.
Yeah.
One thing HUDAH,
like what normally happens when I hop in somebody's like click on a Telegram link.
Yeah, it's not a bad bug. But yeah, there's our community and our announcements channel. I mean, I guess we could keep it. It overwhelmed me when it popped up. I was like, we got to.
Yeah, me too. I was like, there's a lot. There's a couple.
There's
It
a
should
lot
only just
going
be. I'm with you. But one thing HUDAH as well. Like, I forgot how you asked it before, but in regards to I'll just say it. Like, one of the things that we that we figured out from the start is one of the things we wanted to solve is the user acquisition part to start with, because a lot of these apps and a lot of the music companies that we all know as music NFT people, we believe that they and first of all, the reason why we're here and the reason why we're talking about this is, like you said, like everybody's missing the mark and nothing has really broke through the noise. You have Royal that did well, you have Sound XYZ that did well, but in terms of mass usership, the barrier of entry from Web 2 to Web 3 has been way too overcomplicated, and most of them have depended on trying to bring in the A tier, S tier artists that we all know, like the King Gizzards and like the Biebers and the Chainsmokers and whatnot, and their fans, and that has not worked. Sure, they'll bring in Zed's Dead and Coop could bring in Zed's Dead, and that'll show the greatest amount of retainer in general. That'll show the greatest amount of signal, but those fans are not understanding what it really is. And one thing that we really realized from the start is that what they were all missing was user acquisition. And we needed something that was going to be able to speak to our grandparents at the dinner table and Thanksgiving or something and say, what are you building? Like Nick's story is hysterical. And the same thing with mine as well. And the same people, my dad, my mom, what are you building, Greg? What are you doing now in this NFT cryptocurrency land of this Bitcoin world? It's like, before it was, I'm building this agency where I'm going to help people, but there's some Pokemon cards on Nick's sides. It's like, what does that even mean, guys? Now we're able to say something as simple as we're building an app that rewards you for the music that you already listened to. And it goes, whoa, that's incredible. And this is the first time we've seen, and it's the proof is in the product from the within a week to 2 weeks of getting 7,500 users, because our friends, our parents, Don's wife are able to get into the app and have a fun experience and not necessarily understand the blockchain complexities, because there really aren't any. Share the Telegram app, your referral code to a friend, and get in and start earning rewards for the music you already listened to. And this is the first time for me being in the NFT space for 6 years of being a collab manager, a marketer, a go-to-market person. Like Musty over here probably understands too. You're trying to sell people this product. If you get hired, that's like, you have to give them the whole description, and it's like, you hope that they're gonna put it into another community and get some sort of user acquisition or some sort of whitelist and sell of NFT. But this is the first time that I haven't had to ask any friends to share it on Twitter as a favor or to pay people. Everybody just seems to have connected with the idea of wanting to be rewarded for the music you listen to. It's very simple. It's not there's no over complexity. And if you want to go deeper, you could go into the docs and see how it all works. But it starts from the fun nature of sharing a referral code to get into an opportunity to be rewarded for the music you listen to. And that was our first signal to know that, okay, we're onto something that's different. And this is something that we could start with user acquisition to lead us to be bringing on the onboarding of artists, which is what has been backwards, in our opinion, for what has in the NFT Web3 space. Does that make sense?
It makes sense. And it's like, yeah, it makes sense why especially people like are so willing to do it and connect to it. Why wouldn't you want to be rewarded for just doing the thing you're already doing? So that makes sense. And then the other
Right.
side of the equation is still like for artists, again, like for artists to find that audience, like to get discovered. And that's also through your platform too. For bigger artists, is like the appeal to them going to be like more rewarding for them? They can, in theory, make more money if they're going through a platform like this.
I think the big ethos here, if I could take it, is that what is it called? A hot take? Is that what it's called? A hot take or a Subway take? I don't think that big artists are going to exist in the way that we've known them previously.
Ooh.
I think that in the year 2000, it was normal to see maybe 100 or so songs drop on a New Music Friday. And in the year 2010, it was thousands of songs. And now in the year 2025, it's tens of thousands of songs dropping every Friday. There are less barriers to entry. And you used to have to physically distribute your music, which meant that you needed to partner with people who had access to not only the business side of things, the relationships to print the records and the CDs and the discs and the merch, and also could call up the radio station and say, hey, fuck you, you're not spinning that. Drake's releasing this week, and that's all we're playing is Drake. And on top of this, records back in the 80s and 90s, they spun all the time, and everyone, think about it this way, like a TV show, everyone would crowd around the TV and something would air and all of humanity would see it at the same time, and everyone would have a shared experience, and music was a shared experience when it played on the radio. Today, there are less and less shared experiences unless Netflix is going to do a live fight where we watch Mike Tyson fake fight some young cat or Joe Rogan do some stand-up comedy. And the truth is that the world doesn't revolve around key players. The world now revolves around the individual and their taste and their complexities and nuances. And in that sense, I'm sorry, but if you're a curly-haired girl from Iran, you're not going to be seeing white folk artists from Appalachia across your feed, because the algorithm is geared to not only show you what excites the senses of like enraging you, but also people also like the content that resonates with them and like to see people who look like them. It's why, Huda, I don't know the last time you listened to some killer Punjabi music, but I didn't discover it until I was in Calgary and heard it on a radio station. I was like, this shit slaps. Like, it's pretty cool. Like listening to people rap in Urdu, which is, I don't even know if I'm saying that right, but it's cool, man. But we're not exposed to those things unless we seek it out and we travel. And I don't think everybody's predisposed to do that as well. So I think instead of seeing, by the way, this is sorry, Greg, and sorry, Huda, I saw a reel where it might have been the guy from South Africa. He's like a comedy guy, but they're at an award ceremony with Taylor, and he's like, Taylor, your fans can do anything. And she's like, yeah, they're the best. He's like, your fans are the best in the world. And she's like, yeah, they're awesome. And he's like, they can do anything. And she's like, yeah, they can, or whatever. And he's like, can you have them do something about the price of eggs? And then Taylor is like, yeah, I'll have them get right on it. And literally, like, it's like one of those sound effects. It's like bump, and it's like a screenshot of the price of eggs the day after Taylor makes an announcement, and it like drastically spikes down. Or like when she goes through a town, like the entire GDP of the state changes. I don't think that, number one, that's an anomaly. And number two, those artists don't need our help. And number three, we're going to see the fractionalization of that attention, whereby if you're not already listening to music based on playlists when you wake up in the morning, or like Spotify's got the way you listen to music. That's so funny. Like I wake up and I hit day list, or I'll listen to night list, or it knows in the middle of the night I'm probably fucking coding, so it's playing me drum and bass at 2:00 in the morning. It's finally attuned to my sensibilities, as are most of the technologies that are going to emerge. So with that being said, actually, Jesus, Greg, sorry to fucking fully deep end conspiracy hat here, but the robots are probably gonna end up looking like an artist and dance and sing in your living room to Taylor Swift and whatever it may be. Like I got my first ad for an AI girlfriend the other day, and it was like, customize me any way you want, have me look like an X. And I'm like, fuck, that's crazy. Sorry, kids up, wife's up, no F-bombs, but that's crazy. Everything's going to be so attuned to the user that I think like 100,000 of anything's going to be a big deal. That's a small nation. Like I just went through the town of Bend, Oregon. That's 106,000 people at the last time the census was taken. That's a lot of people. And I think that as technology's evolved to open the gates and allow the doors to go down, access to the technology to record has become more accessible. The information through YouTube has become more accessible, and now anybody can do it.
Dude, it's a maniac.
So at the end of the day, it's my belief that you change the world by serving one person. You grow a following on Twitter by talking to one person, not to 20. And in this case, I'm less concerned with major artists who are touring and have labels and all that. And I really want to serve the independent artists and songwriters. Like if you have a bedroom rapper with 40,000 followers on Twitter, and you're able to help him monetize that audience in a meaningful way that allows him to get out of like a scarcity mindset and reorganize that, like Maslow's needs a hierarchy. I don't think there's a better feeling in the world. And if you can do that in such a way to where as fans are supporting those artists, they're earning in direct proportion alongside the artist, which is incentivizing like long-term holding, trading, and actual like patronage, then I think that's more so of where Wave lies in the ecosystem.
Yeah. Dude, Nick, dude, I gotta say, all right, so we talked like between this stream and like our previous one, we've talked for like 2 hours, right, about your platform and what you're building. That was like my aha moment, like from your hot take on. Like again, I've always believed that this stuff can be and will be disruptive to the music industry, and I still wasn't sure like how specifically and right. But when you talked about how like the whole landscape changes because like again, there's so many more artists. We see this in crypto, so many more cryptos now, so it's harder for anyone to get as big as we thought they would get. Right? There's just so many more, so much more competitive. Now all of a sudden it clicks different, right? Because there's so many more, it's so much more competitive. They're struggling to get that reach and to get people to find them. And you bake in, it's more rewarding for both sides in that process. Again, it all clicks when you explained it like that. You should like that part's gold, by the way. That whole hot take moment, gold. I love it, dude. I love it. I get it. I totally get it.
Yeah. Sometimes we go on a big old vision like that and it will not resonate. Sometimes it will. So I'm glad it does for you.
Well, I mean, just hearing
no, go figure. It's
like,
beautiful.
But hearing that you don't expect artists to get like as big as we used to see, like that's a thing maybe of the past, and so many things are changing. I'm realizing every day, like that's the thing that it used to be, and us trying to get back to that isn't the way. It's not going to happen again. It's just different now. Again, it all makes sense when you explain it like that. So I
mean, like, there's also a corner of this market where it's like TikToks go viral, but what does that mean? Which is, Greg, I think an interesting aspect to explore. What if you had Kalshi for like virality? Like a song going viral.
So like a bet on would it go viral or not kind of thing.
Could be cool. But I mean, so much of that is like dependent on the artist that you're backing or banking on. There's other ways of doing this where you could mobilize UGC like as an artist to get people to, there's industries that go out and try and get people to, all right, the Taylor Swift dance is no accident. There's a reason why people are doing this little, I heard it on the land, the sea, whatever it is, you know what I mean? Like it wasn't an accident that 200,000 people started doing that dance online. It was a coordinated effort. It's a tool used by industry. There's so many things that industry does that could be decentralized and users could be rewarded for doing in a manner that actually like rewards them.
Do they pay people to do that and then they pay to make something viral? Is that how it works?
You ever hear about influencer marketing, KOL marketing?
I mean, yes, but I didn't realize that it's even like that stuff. I thought that stuff was organic. I'm so naive.
If Vitalik Buterin holds a token, then everybody should hold the token, right? Or if this whale buys the token, then everybody buys it must be safe. What could go wrong if Tom Brady says FTX is good?
Shattering my whole like fucking worldview today. Crazy.
It starts with the high signal. It starts with high signal people that get the brief of here's the dance. and then that's the organic nature of it because it starts from technically an
You don't pay everybody.
inorganic
You
way.
pay, Greg said, high signal.
Yeah. Okay. Did you guys know, the guy in chat, did you guys know that that's how it works? Like, am I the retarded one here? I didn't realize it works like that. And now it just makes sense. Like, no shit, it works like that.
Well, think about it for
the radio stations, bro. They all just play at the same time. It's crazy. It's magic. Mariah
So
Carey
one of the
plays
things,
Christmas.
it's crazy. What the first moment I really realized that this is how it's done is like when we hear about the term tastemakers back in the day, like in the 80s, 90s, before the internet and streaming came about. Radio stations were tastemakers. An entity that is responsible for the way, for everybody's taste, where to go to listen to whatever it is that's hot, the trusted source, right? That's KOLs, that's everything nowadays. But when I was on a bus going to the city, when I was at this deal in Manhattan, I would go to the bus. I would go to New York every day, sometimes in the bus. And I was, turns out me and my group, we were sitting next to the main, the head curator of Z100, one of the biggest radio stations in the damn world, and he was talking Z100. Yeah, he was a head programmer, and he saw we were banned because we were dressed in war paint, hysterical at those days, and he was talking to us about this guy Ed Sheeran. He was just about to come out, just had some hits, and what's the big baby now? It's beyond the morning star. What's the name of that song, Nick? The big wedding song everybody knows.
I'm just gonna let you keep going. I love it. No, dude, 18 was his first real big hit. Get out of here.
Whatever, this song.
That record was
this song.
Yes. Yeah.
That
perfect.
song. So this is the first time I realized as a musician and just a listener that the tastemakers, the radio people, the playlists are the people responsible. The labels, the people are responsible for how we all listen to. Responsible for what we as listeners deem as the new thing, the hottest thing, the thing that the popularity, the number one hit. Most of it is predetermined, and of course, it all comes from a song that is great enough to party and to be good for the masses, but it is already predetermined from amount of money that's put into it and just from people who may want it for external reasons, that this guy says, watch this, in 1 month this will be the wedding song that everybody plays at their wedding, the number one song, this guy will be playing MetLife Stadium, this guy will be playing every stadium within a year. And this is the song that ultimately brought him to that level, I believe. And then within him, I never forget that conversation because he's the head programmer for this. He says, we'll be starting to play this in a week. And then from that, the briefing for the world is that this is the guy. They're putting it in our heads of what to expect ahead of time. They pre-planned it so that it's just the tastemakers are the people and the things that are in charge of mostly what deems something as the highest signal, the highest success. That's crazy. And that's the same thing. That's the same thing for playlisting these days, because at that time radio was still at the time just on the brink of switching to Spotify playlists for where mass users would be listening to find discovery. So now the new tastemakers are not radio, it's not TV, it's not MTV, it's Spotify playlist, it's Apple Music playlist, where the tastemaker is always the modern day music discovery platform where people go to find their music. And those things are what have been predetermined to show users what is hot, what is the new culture, the new trend. TikTok virality, Taylor dance. So it's crazy to think it's predetermined, but when you really think about it, it's the same thing as what we do and what has been done in crypto Twitter for KOL marketing and what is the new thing to buy and trying to find these trusted KOLs that talk about whatever it may be, and then it's they dumped it, shit. So same premise.
Dude, it's wild. It's wild.
Pledge allegiance to your hands, your team, your vibe. There's a reason why.
By the way, these guys are both fucking amazing musicians, like artists. They're both crazy. Like they're incredible. Okay, you know that like this is like a year ago, and I'm off a year or so too. That redhead dude who's like out in the middle of the woods playing his guitar and he blew up and huge, right? Like
Oliver Anthony. By the way, his new song's sick.
Is it cool? Okay, so somebody like that, was that real viral or was that like
that's real virality? So okay. That's authenticity speaking to a population. You get a guy who visually represents the working class in an environment that it's one of those things we call it lightning in a bottle, and you can't manufacture it. You either have it or you don't, and that comes from a lifetime of in my opinion, rejecting the system, eating shit, and honestly, you hear it in his voice and you feel it. And also there is something to say too about like the satirical nature of songs. There's a guy on TikTok who has the same little, it's not a gimmick or a shtick, but he's very good at just like pumping out songs and feeding the content machine with this thing that's going on. And his hot take about the system with Oliver Anthony, it was at the perfect time. You have, it didn't matter if you were right or left, but when you say what was it, something about miners on an island somewhere, but he was like talking about coal miners, and just like every line was a banger. And my hard-earned pay ought not pay for your pack of fudge rounds, or whatever it may be. Greg's phone's gonna die, so we're gonna have to wrap it up soon. Something like that is totally real, and industry wants to come in and buy and snatch that up, put $8 million behind it, because everything about this industry is a cart and horse situation. Once they find something's working, they will adopt it and pour money on it. Last thing I wanted to do here, Greg, sorry, I know you have to go, but could we actually check out Coop's website? Because I think this is really cool if people haven't seen sound coins and where this market's going. But I want to take a look specifically at well-known artists like Zed's Dead and just see how the chart's doing.
Yeah,
and this is
Coop Records.
Coop?
Yeah, like a chicken coop. Yeah. Greggy, you were going to say something?
I was just say, sorry guys, if I disappear, my phone's on 0.5% right now. So
do you have a charger?
It's not because I don't like it. Yeah, it's not with me. I went to go to my local coffee shop because it's a beautiful spot.
I thought you were in Istanbul. That's crazy.
I transported Istanbul, New Jersey.
Brazil. Sorry.
Right.
Did you just James Brown right there? Is that what you just did?
C-O-O-P. No.
Brazil. Sao Paulo.
Sao Paulo. All right, go to
right site. I think
wrong site. Wrong site. C-O-O-P. Coop, like poop. Sorry, Coop. I love you.
Got it. All right, hang on. Now we got it.
Poop Records would do so well, Greg. Can we start that?
What are we doing? Yeah, what are we doing?
Let's just sell it to Doodles.
Okay, one now.
Yeah, this is the right one. So this is a market for coins. Like, click on Zed's Dead. That's probably the biggest artist on the platform, right? So here's a suggested artist. 662,000 Spotify followers. Greg, what you got? Oh, he's gone. He's out of here.
All right.
But look at this market cap. Look at the market cap. Is that anything you're going to write home to mom about?
Oh, is that for each song?
Yep, that's for each song.
Got it.
Okay. You could trade the song.
Damn, I remember this site. Okay.
But is that anything you're going to write home to mom about?
No, not at all.
Okay, that's the issue. Yeah. That's a big artist. He's got a following. Nobody's buying the shit. And the issue is that the listeners aren't the customer in Web3. There's 4 different players. You have the artist, you have the platform, you have the listener, and then you have the speculator. So yeah, everybody's buying a little bit here and there. Got all these different holders. That's great. But really, like, you need a proper launch pad for songs. And we're now missing Greg. I know she was here for this, but this is great. There's nothing fundamentally wrong about this, but it also tells me a few things. Like, and even do you know Digi on X?
Don't know. I don't think so.
He's a key leader in the space in some aspects, and a professional shit poster in others. But at the end of the day, it's like, are there 11,000 holders of that token?
This one, yeah.
That's crazy. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Market cap's terrible. Whatever it is. So at the end of the day, there needs to be flywheels of incentives that turn to support those 4 pillars that I addressed earlier. And it's the solution isn't as simple as throwing a big artist at it. It just doesn't work, because go and look at Justin Bieber's followers and let me know how many of those people are going to come in and buy not even just a cryptocurrency, but like the most current iteration of our market.
Yep.
And people who are in crypto don't necessarily care about music in this way.
Yeah, dude, we kind of even saw it with like different industry, but like there was a streamer that launched a coin on that new like Iggy thing, right? Like
yeah.
Right. So I don't know if it was Neon or something. And like, dude, after like a day, he only had like $100,000 in buys on the coin. And it's right. Like their audience, you can't just expect they're going to come in and pump this thing the way we're used to or want to see. It doesn't work.
Iggy said it best. She's like, you got to keep feeding it. You got to keep feeding the coin. giving people reasons to buy. It's an attention market. A song is an attention currency.
Yes.
So, and what we're talking about is at a sub level, the tokenization of attention currencies or different types of currencies. I've had lots of different conversations on tokenization. It's not just real world assets. It's not just protocols. Like, we're in an age of tokenization, and we're at the forefront of it. But this is a submarket of a submarket of a submarket, you know?
Yep.
So it's got to make sense. Another cool one right now is bond.xyz. BOND. Yeah. So this is what Royals turned into, by the way.
Oh, no kidding. Okay.
Yeah, Royal is now, what was it? Tribe. Join Bond. Please be it. There you go. Yeah.
Huh.
Explore creators. This is earning yield alongside creators because Blau believes that for artists to profit off the sound coins, so there's a dissonance in the market right now that the only way to profit from a token is to dump on the people who provided liquidity for the token, and he's not necessarily wrong. So this is like taking your subscription payment, your Patreon, and staking it to a creator like Blau, earning an APY, and you and the artist earn together because you're like investing into their vault, which I think that this is a piece of the solution. I think that Coop has a piece of the solution. And on our writers retreat this next weekend, we're going to be spending literally just a day, 2 days, 3 days, beating our heads against the wall and addressing the market.
I love it, dude. I hope you guys crack whatever it is. It feels like you're like on the cusp of it. Like really, really, really fucking interesting. Dude, let's do this again soon, especially like as you have updates like come in, and you just like you can come in for 10 minutes and even drop updates, but like this whenever you want. I think the product is like tons of potential.
Thanks,
super
man.
great. Again, today worked. Today was like I got it before, but today was just different. Today was like, oh shit. Right? Like
Thanks, man.
I totally see the potential.
We've also built a lot in 6 weeks. So here's the thing, guys. 3 things I'll leave you with. HUDAH, number 1, if you want, reach out to Greg after. Let's do something bi-weekly and just do like a progress report. Because I do think that like you bring out a different side, a creative side. If Greg hasn't approached you about that privately, I think he might have sent you a message about the wave and February and all that. Number 2, for the followers, if you want to support Greg and I's vision and what we're building, the best way to do that and help yourself is to buy the Genesis license, get in there and start making referrals. I'm going to clean up that referral link for you guys today, so it hits a little bit harder. But with that being said, the Genesis license gives you multipliers on points and is guaranteed emissions, which is super cool when it turns into a node. The third thing is that we launched a Wasabi vault. So go and buy Wave if you want to buy Wave. It doesn't really directly support us, but go and stake it in the vault, earn APY. We have millions of Wave tokens allocated for community rewards for just this month. So go ahead and buy Wave, stake it in that vault, gobble it up, guys. The APY is crazy. Once we hit 200K in that vault, you'll be able to short Wave and just short the shit out of it, you know, or make leverage trades, which is pretty cool too. So Genesis license staked, and we'll see you soon.
Dude, I love when artists get into crypto and it's more of like the fuck it, let's just have fun mode, which is fucking awesome. Dude, I appreciate you coming on again. I really dig it. And we'll do it again very soon. Very soon. Good luck on your retreat, and we'll check back in soon.
HUDAH!
Good shit. We'll see you soon. Guys, we'll wrap there. We'll just wrap there. I think that was awesome. I'm telling you, like, I liked them from the get-go when I had him on before, but like that moment where he was like explaining how the industry is changing, like that made sense. I hadn't considered that we wouldn't see like, look, I think we'll see another Taylor Swift at some point in the next decade or two, like artists at that level, but like we had tons of artists that were that size, you know, before we had those like massive, and I'm even thinking back to the, you know, even the 90s when I paid more attention to music, but you had those mega stars, and like we got them now, but it is feeling different. And I do think it makes sense that it's less and less and less and less. It just keeps getting watered down. And it's like we talk about music here. Everybody who plays music now, and it's so many more people, are so much better. It just gets more competitive. All it means is that everybody can find success at that like smaller and medium tier level, and the highs are not as high, but like that lower and middle part is just bigger, wider. There's more of it. I don't know. There's something really interesting there. So I dig it. Follow them at Join Wav3. I keep calling them Wave3, and it's just Wave, but Join Wave. Follow along. We'll get them back on here. We'll get some updates going over the next little while. I might buy that license and get in on the points and rewards and start giving that a try, dude. I like it. I like it. So let's see how this thing grows and matures, but I dig it. All right. Again, we'll wrap there. Cool stream today. Tomorrow morning live, we got some guests to announce coming on the show this week. There's a couple really, really interesting virtuals launches, including the UAP UFO one. So we're going to watch that. A couple others. I'll announce them later today, tomorrow, but should be a fun week. Stimmy, hopefully. Government reopening, opening, hopefully. I'm just going to peek at prices real quick. Dude, I don't know if something happened in the past hour, but we're almost at 104. I'm not saying we're back because we're definitely not fucking back, but maybe we're back. Maybe we're reopening today. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, have a great day, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye. Subscribe. Inside NFTs. Goodbye.